Welcome to another edition of Girls Talk Show. Thank you for watching, and today I have with me Binta Fatty. Binta Fatty lives in Germany, but she is Gambian, and she's the founder and CEO of Women Decided, which is an organization that advocates against FGM and child marriage and also promotes education for every girl, right?
Yeah.
So thank you very much, Binta, for having you on the show. We'll have you introduce yourself to the audience.
Thank you so much, Aisatu, and I'm very glad that even at the short notice you allow me to be part of the show. For me, I'm really excited, and then I would like to thank everyone, your crew, for the kindly invitation that you gave to me. As she said, my name is Binta Fatty, and I'm from the Gambia, but I live in Berlin, Germany for almost 5 years now. But before that, I used to live in Poland. So I studied diplomacy and economics, and after that I moved to Germany, is where I live there with my family. When I was living in Poland, so since I was a survivor of both female genital mutilation, FGM and child marriage, having been through all these things, and it gave me the motivation and the courage to speak out. I often used to say, my voice, my power. Because for me, education is the most important thing. And without education, I will not be here today.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Binta. It's really hard to get people who stand out outright to talk about them being survivors of FGM and also child marriage. And we're glad to have you on the show. First, before we move on, I'm going to appreciate our partners who have always made Girls Talk Show possible. To State of Mind Multimedia for always being there for us. And also to Grandon for providing location for us to record our show every time for our editions. So today we're going to be talking about women empowerment, and also which involves your story, telling us how it was for you as a survivor of FGM and also child marriage. How was the experience, and some of what inspiration do you want to pass out to the girls and women who are watching the show, just so they're inspired by you and let them have a reason to move on and continue with whatever struggle they're in, and know that it's definitely not the end for them, and there is light at the end of the tunnel, and they can definitely make it at any point in time. Thank you very much again for having me.
Thank you.
So let's talk about you being a survivor of FGM and child marriage. How has it been for you moving on?
Well, like I said, have been through FGM, forced and child marriage. I have gained an experience, and so for me, that gave me the strength to protect the girls now. Because to tell my story in a way that I will inspire others, that they should not give up in education. I was 9 months pregnant. I was going to school. I sat my exam, my work, and then when my son was 2 months old, I went back to high school. And for me, I was very proud that I get the opportunity, that I have someone that could able to help me, and that was my mother. And because there are a lot of girls who are in similar situation, or they are going through it, but then sometimes we lack the help from others, and then the motivation, and as we know how our society judge people also. But if you have someone that empowered, that tell you, you have to do this, you have to be different from me. For example, my mother is my hero, because she never had the chance to go to school. And then she have seen that if she even want to read email, she has to call, or a simple letter or SMS, she has to call the neighbors to read it for her. And then there was a time at 14, my education was at shaking part, that she was afraid that I will never finish school. And then she pushed me, I have to do it. She will look after my son.
Was that the time you got forced to get married?
Yes.
At the age of 14?
Yeah, at the age of 14. But when I was married, it was like a very funny story also. I came home, and then I saw everyone in my house were smiling. And then I asked them, what happened? They said, congratulations, you are married.
Oh my God, so the entire process was done behind you?
Yeah, behind me. And then so I started asking them to who, why, to school, a lot of questions, but no one could answer, because that is how my family, they do the process. Nobody knows. And as you know that in Gambia, we are taught never to ask question and never to speak out, just obey and, you know, yeah. So for me, I said, okay, I will obey, but then I hope that they will understand that I want to keep going to school. The following morning, I put on my uniform, I went. And then I was lucky, no one ever told me why I was going to school, even though I was married. And then also seeing that my stomach is getting bigger and bigger, no one questioned. Then I said, okay, I have to go. I continue doing my schools, and after giving birth, I still continue. So as being a teenage mom, and then a housewife, and then going to school, for me, those are the experience I want to share my story with everyone, and that they should never give up. They should keep moving.
So let's talk about your organization. I'm very sure it's because of the experiences that you've gone through that gave you the push for you to create an organization where you advocate against FGM in China. Let's talk about it. How did it start? Where did it start? And what have you done so far?
Well, since I was in Poland, I started there. Actually, there were not a lot of foreigners. Especially when I was there, I was the only Gambian girl that we knew. And then, so I work with different organizations, and through also my interest in the diplomatic, and then I meet a lot of people, and then suddenly I start talking about my story. In the Gambia, I was shy. I don't, sometimes, how people will judge me if I said I have a son who is at that age, because some, they just jump, and then without knowing my story. So I said, okay, it's better I keep the story to myself. And then I start talking about it. I said, you know what? I think I want people to hear my story. It's important. I could change someone's life. Then by then I start to think, maybe I should try to work with other organizations and do projects with them. So that's how I started in Poland. Then I create Facebook page, and then I always write, people write to me that they need help, and then I try to transfer them to a bigger organization that could help them, because I was not living here. And then I said, maybe I take things into another level. Yeah, then after when I moved to Germany, then I work with Teresa de Femme. It's a women organization. They fight for women's rights in Germany. Then I do partner with them as a change agent. And from there, I got trainings how to prevent FGM in our diaspora community. Because also, FGM, for example, is something that people sometimes miss FGM, tradition and religion together.
A lot of misconceptions
yeah.
when it comes to FGM.
And then, for me personally, I think FGM is social norms in our society. Because when we talk about religion side, there are countries that they are Muslim, and they don't do it. Yeah, so how come that we are also Muslim, and some do it and some don't do it? So it's social norms. And then after that, I said, but I'm not going to talk about only FGM. For me, the most important is education. Because if girls are educated, we take things with our own hands. We can protect our girls. Then when I have a daughter, I look at her, I said, I don't want what went through my life to go,
for her to face
to face the same thing. So that gave me also another chance or another
inspiration.
That I said, okay, I have to do something. Because when first time I want to come for vacation, I asked my mother, I'm coming here with my daughter, but I don't want anyone to talk about FGM. She said, no, we will not do it. I said, okay, I know. But then I said, I want to protect her, and not only her. I will like to protect all the little girls, that this traditional must be stopped.
Sure.
Yeah, and then also child and forced marriage, because it's also something that it destroys girls' life.
Exactly.
There are a lot of girls that they have very beautiful dreams. They want to achieve something. But when they are married off at such age,
there is not, obviously you're forced at that age to be a young mother, then how will you have the energy or the stamina to have to push on? So
that is it.
Those are some of the things that have been affecting a lot of our girls nowadays. We see you go till grade 11, 12, and already at your back, behind your back, they have already done some arrangements to get you married.
Yeah.
And when a girl is married, you're exposed to a lot of issues. Let me say a girl pregnant at that early age, just like you face. We have the risks of child mortality, we have the risks of maternal mortality. And this is a trend. We're seeing them over and over, and there is no stop. So aside the organization doing things in Bahrain, have you thought about doing things here? Because most of our girls here to need these things.
Well, for me, like I said, I live there, and then I have to also do things with the society in my community there. But then I come from here, and the problem is here, not where I live.
Exactly.
Then I gathered the knowledge and then the skill. That's what I want to implement in my own country. And then I want to share my story in a way that will inspire other girls, that they could make it, because I have made it. And this is something which I want every girl to understand. And then by here, I start coming to Gambia because I want to start investing on women also, because I think that they play an important role in our society. We have to empower women. We have to give them educational awareness. Because there are people who live in Combo area, they are fine. Sometimes I say, in the rural areas, they don't know the importance of education. Sometimes they know, but only for men. Because there's also one problem I see. Girls, they start losing hope very early. Because they said, I will get married, and then my husband will take care of me. My husband will do everything. I said, no, you have to stand. You have to do things. For me, I think that if girls are independent, they do everything on their own. We don't have to rely on men to do things for us. For me, that's no. I want to be independent. I want to be my own boss. It's not about that we talk about 50-50, because sometimes people misunderstand when we talk about that. These are now women want 50-50. But it's completely...
They take it as a challenge.
Yeah.
Women want to stand men.
But it's not like that.
Exactly. It's just looking at the positive side of it. When a woman has an environment, or lives in an environment where she has like the equal opportunities, and she has the potential, she has all the opportunities to reach her full potential, then it becomes easy for her to be empowered. And it also creates that ground for other empowered women to empower.
To empower.
So maybe that's something we need to work on, and clear the doubts of all these girls coming up and thinking that it just has to be the men to support them.
Yeah, because they don't, even I don't go to high school, it's not a problem. At least I get a basic education. But basic education will not give you anything in the future. You have to try, they have to try and do something better for them, for their family, for their future, and it's something important. So by that, I start bringing exotic fruits from Germany, and then I brought examples that I put in my garden at my house. So I said to my mother, they said, charity begin at home.
Sure.
So I said, we have to do it together. Then she cultivate some of the strawberries and cucumbers, and then some of the blueberries, the fruits that we don't have them in the Gambia, but I think they can be available also here. We don't have to buy everything or import everything. So then, and then I bring those things. I bring few with me to see, and then so they started, and then few women come to join her. And then in the evening, when they are having in the Gambia after lunch, they want to make attire. And then late evening, then I start, okay, we have garden, so can we go there and do something? And then now a lot of those ladies are coming to my house, and then by doing that, we talk about education, how to educate girls, how to be empowered, how they can do things on their own, how they can be independent. And then so by doing that, they are very excited. For example, some of them have never seen strawberries.
And now they get
and then they have to, and they are asking me a lot of questions. The leaf, is it that? Is the flower that? Is so? It's something that it gave me the joy, because they are learning.
Yes.
And then for me to learn is something that people say, no, I'm too old to learn. No, everyone can learn.
You learn every moment in life.
Yeah, so that was very important also for them. And then so with the exotic fruit, and then I tell them, there's more to come. Not only the exotic fruits, there is more to come. And then because if the fruit are also, they are ripe, they could eat fresh. We could make strawberry cake, which some of them, I think, even me, we dream of to start making it here. And then so these ladies, including my mother, they are very happy. And then I want to do something more that women can benefit from it. And then in future, they could use those products to make jam, to make things that they could make it in the Gambia, that we don't have to always bring things. Yeah, so that's one of the program that I started here.
So is there any other thing that you have on the ground to do here?
Yeah, the other thing is more about awareness also, to go to the rural area, which I started going, and then to go to schools, to tell my story in a way that to inspire others. Yeah, especially at the age I was married, because that is most of the time the target group. And then last time I was at a school, and then that class there were 3 individuals. They have similar story like me.
And they didn't end up making it?
No, they also
they
after a few years,
after
a few years they decided that no, we have to continue our school. I said, bravo, this is what every girl should do. And then you should not be ashamed to have a child and then come to school. You should be proud that you even have the opportunity. And then there are a lot of mothers who are doing a great job, who are helping also their kids. So we have to also give them, we have to acknowledge their work, because it's also important that women help us. Women, they're supposed to help their daughters. And then we often see that in the Gambia, we don't talk very deep with our mothers. We don't talk anything about sex or something, which people think is a topic, is a taboo, but it should not be a taboo. If my mother, I always said, if my mother did not tell me how to protect myself, I did not know, how will I know? And people think, yeah, we should not, but I think it's also important that women knows that they have to talk with their daughters. Sensitive topic which people think is taboo. It's not a taboo, it should be.
It's very important to have the open communication, because then you provide the environment where girls know how to make informed choices. And most times when we talk about sexual and reproductive health, right, people are like, you're promoting sex. You're promoting other related activities that with regards to sexual activities. But again, they fail to understand that it's not all about talking about it, but also showing the girls some ways in which if they get to that stage, they know how to protect themselves and be safe. So it's also very important, like you said, for parents, and whether it's your mother or your father, both parents,
of course,
in making sure that the girl and the boy have detailed information when it comes to their reproductive health. So, Binta, we're almost coming to the end of the show. We're going to tell us your final words that you want the viewers, especially the girls listening, to inspire them, tell them something they need to take home and always remember.
For me, I think it's also very important that in our society we stop blaming each other. I think also women should stop comparing each other, because this is what I often see on social medias, that women always start blaming each other. I think it's the time we support each other. We work together, and then because if we work together, we are stronger. Better than comparing and all these girls talk and all this, bring down each other. For me, I think that we're supposed to empower each other, to stand by each other, and then to support that we have a mission, all the women, and then we have to do everything in our power to make sure that we reach the level that we all have to. For me, that's also very important. And then I also think that if women work together, great things will happen. And education alone also is not enough. The society has to get involved, because this work should not be done by only one individual. It should be done by everyone.
Thank you so much, Binta. Those are inspirational words.
Thank you.
And it's only empowered women that can empower other women. So it's high time that we sit down as a team. Let's build a stronger team as women in the society. Let's support each other. If your colleague is doing so well, why not go to them, ask them, what can I do to help? Where and where are you having lapses? How can I come in? These are ways that are going to help us promote ourselves and aid us to achieve our aims and reach our full potential. Thank you so much. It was an honor to have you on the show, Binta.
Thank you very much.
To have you again on the show.
Thank you very much.
For making our time. Thank you very much, viewers, for watching this edition of Girls Talk Show. And just before we go, I'm going to thank Grandol for providing the location where we film the show on each of our episodes. And also thank you to State of Mind for always being there. They have been great for filming and supporting Girls Talk Show, both the show and the organization as a whole. We want to say thank you from the depth of our heart. And again, Girls Talk is turning a year on May 4th, 2019. It has been a long year of progress, and we have done so many things, and we hope to achieve a lot with your support and your continuous and your continuous effort, of course. Thank you so much for joining us, and you can like our pages on Facebook, Girls Talk Show /org, on Instagram, Girls Talk Show /org, and on LinkedIn, and also on Twitter. Follow our progress, and let's do this together. Thank you very much.